Hey folks, just want to do a quick video on the crypto markets today and why you should probably get out of BlockFi. As we all know, Celsius has pretty much crashed to zero. Maybe there's a 50% chance people are going to get their money back and put money into Celsius. A lot of these YouTubers promoted Celsius, got people wrecked. BitBoy Crypto is one of them. But BlockFi is another company based out of New Jersey. A lot of people think it's a little bit safer than Celsius because they do have some SEC regulation. Really, the only SEC regulation they have is they just don't let American customers gain interest on stablecoins anymore. I actually was on BlockFi last year myself, and I was on there for like a week, and I was like, this don't feel right. I'll probably lose all my money. And then I got my I think I had USDC on there. Sam Bankman-Fried, billionaire from FTX, basically gave them a $250 million loan to bail them out. If you read the news story on BlockFi, they've been not doing very good in this bear market. I think they laid off like 20% of their staff, and they're barely surviving. And Sam Bankman-Fried is trying to help out some of these crypto funds so they don't all go under. What happened to Celsius could easily happen to BlockFi. I don't know how anybody is using BlockFi right now. I mean, if you can get your money off BlockFi, get off. It really just depends on the markets. You know, Bitcoin hanging out around 20,000, okay, but keep in mind, folks, Bitcoin drops down to $12,000, $11,000. There's a very good chance that BlockFi is going to be finished after that, just like Celsius. A drop like that would absolutely kill Celsius, and it will probably kill BlockFi as well. Folks, I think Richard Hart said it best. I said it in my last video. To make your little 5, 6, 7% interest, it's like trying to pick up quarters or pennies in front of a freight train, and eventually you're going to get hit. Get your money off BlockFi. You know, it's very disappointing to me to see Cryptos R Us, who's one of the better YouTubers, but I don't know, still not great because he's still shilling BlockFi. Even today, he's still shilling BlockFi on his on the little banner here, and also some other funds. But these guys are just drunk on money, you know, and it just, I, in good conscience, could not show BlockFi in this situation. I don't know how he does it. And for me, I lost a lot of respect for George with Cryptos R Us since he's still shilling BlockFi. George, you're a multimillionaire. How hard would it be for you to come out and say, yeah, look, I took them as sponsorships. I'm not doing it anymore. Get your money off. Don't get your money off. But fair warning, they could go under at any moment, just like Celsius. I don't know. There's something about crypto and YouTube, and when you've been doing it for a while or you've been in crypto for a while, I don't know. Some of these people just turn to the dark side. That's all I can say. But yeah, get your money off BlockFi, folks. Here's a pretty cool article I found on BitBoy. I hate BitBoy with a passion, folks. He's the worst. He's one of these guys. I just don't understand how anybody watches him. Crypto Influencer wakes up with Celsius sweats. Basically, it's on Axios. They're just talking about how he was basically promoting Celsius, and now he's mad that he lost money on Celsius, and they also call him a huckster. I think in the crypto bear market, we've kind of like, the only cool thing about this bear market is people have realized that guys like BitBoy are hucksters. They're con men. They're Kevin Trudeau's. They're snake oil salesmen. They're pretending that they're these expert crypto investors, but really they're just salesmen. Their goal is to get you in so they can shill you scam projects. As we all know, he's been shilling scams for the last couple of years. Doesn't do it as much anymore because he got caught, and we have SEC in the United States, but he's deleted at least 6 videos where he's taken money to promote a scam project, and then that project was dumped onto his followers. I'm not going to get too deep into it. You can go on Reddit to figure out what's going on, but this guy's the worst, and I'm so happy he lost $3 million on Celsius, but I feel bad for everybody that he led into the gutter on the whole Celsius deal. So, folks, yeah, I'm going to say it one more time. Get your money off Celsius. Or excuse me, well, yeah, Celsius too, but get your money off BlockFi if you can. It looks like they're still open. It looks like they're still letting people withdraw their money. Even if you just have Bitcoin on there, getting like 2% interest, you got some Litecoin on there, whatever, get it out of there. Get it out of there. Being on Binance.us, Coinbase, a US-based exchange with two-factor authentication is far more safe than using BlockFi. Remember, they take your money and they play games with it to get you that interest. They're not just putting it in the bank. And remember, when your money's stolen on BlockFi, you don't get any of it back. In fact, the safest thing to do is just take your money and put it on a hardware wallet or a wallet on your phone, but make sure you keep that seed phrase safe, because you don't want to get that stolen. For me, I think the safest thing to do for most people is if you're in the United States, just put on like Coinbase and just leave it in their wallet and just make sure you have security and two-factor authentication and just be careful with it. So the problem is, folks, like I just said, if Bitcoin hovers around here and we go up to 30,000, people in Celsius might get their money back. But the problem is Bitcoin is probably going to dump a lot. We're going into a recession. Economy is not great. And if that happens, a Bitcoin under $15,000, I just don't think Blockfi is going to be able to pay back their people. I don't think people are going to be able to get their money off Blockfi. And I think Celsius has a liquidation price of about $13,000. So if Celsius gets liquidated, that'll actually cause even more of a cascading event. Like Gareth Soloway says, we could see a $9,000, $10,000 Bitcoin. Blockfi won't survive. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. It's possible that it will, but why would you want to take that risk? I don't know how anybody can have their money on Blockfi right now, and I don't know how George from Cryptos R Us and all these other influencers can still be peddling it, but there's still a chance, folks. Just get that money off, put it on a hardware wallet, or put it on Coinbase. I don't know, folks. This is my warning. I warned people about UST a month before it crashed and Luna, and I'm warning people now. There's a very good chance that Blockfi will end up just like Celsius. No matter what the influencers are telling you, no matter what Blockfi is telling you on a tweet. Remember, the day before Celsius crashed, they were on Twitter telling everybody they were great and trying to get people to put their money on Celsius. This was a day before the Celsius crash. So just because Blockfi is telling you everything's okay on Twitter, that don't mean it's so. So, the markets are kind of stable right now, but that's only because the stock market's up today. In fact, the stock market was up a lot today, and Bitcoin didn't even pump all that much, which is kind of scary. I expected a little bit more pumpage. So I definitely think we have a lot more downside to go, at least like a $15,000, $14,000, $13,000 bottom. I'm hoping for a $25,000, $30,000 pump first, but that might not happen. So yeah, folks, if you're on Blockfi, get off. You don't want to suffer the same fate as the people who are on Celsius. And George from Cryptos R Us, shame on you for still promoting Blockfi. You're too good for that, George.